Hello everybody and welcome to Super Rugby on Fair Sports for today's preview of the Griquas versus the Sharks tomorrow night in Kimberley, 7 o'clock kickoff South African Standard Time. And it is a bit of a delayed announcement and preview because the Sharks had to delay their team announcement due to a positive COVID case within the franchise. So we'll get into that a bit more when we look at the teams, but please do consider subscribing. Bottom right hand corner there, smash a like as well. Turn your notifications so that you are always up to date with what is happening on Forever Sports and Forever Rugby. And yeah, so before we go into the teams itself, it's the business end. It is the business end of Super Rugby Unlocked. The sixth round, it all comes to a conclusion next weekend with the Bulls at this stage, the favourites. But the big but is that obviously this thing rolls into the Currie Cup, which means there's still plenty to play for all the teams. Top four sides will get into same means in the final. So every week is still big because these unions want to try and cement their their position in the top four. So it also starts the time where you have to start looking at rotating. 6 weeks of rugby, some players have played lots of minutes. Time starts, 6 weeks of Super Rugby Unlocked. There's also Springbok, the Showdown, as well as the Fan Saturday. So we've had quite a few weeks of rugby. We've been playing for just shy of 2 months now. So it is a time to start rotating some players. And I think you see that especially in the Sharks side. But if you look at the Griquas side, the big move is George Whitehead is back in the side. He will captain it. They tried tennis to be on last weekend. Wasn't fantastic. Goal kicking probably needs to be a bit better. And so they have gone with the experience of George Whitehead, who takes the captaincy away from Zach Berger, who's been very good, one of the few shining lights for the Griquas. Another big absentee is James Verity-Am will not play. And in this place, Mascole Banda comes in, who's a very nice player, nice attacking runner, lots of pace. Was very good for the EP Kings during their Pro 14 stint. But James Verity-Am's been in big form, so he's got big shoes to fill. And I think, you look at the Griquas side, and over the competition, they've been largely pretty poor, to be honest. They haven't been helped with a couple of players leaving, a couple of things moving around. But the big thing for me is that they just need to go back to basics. Against the Stormers, it was too easy. I mean, all the Stormers did was a couple of phases and then third out wide. Couple of phases, third out wide. And every single time they found space and they got over. And it was too easy for them to find the try line against the Griquas, and that needs to be sorted out because against a tie like the Sharks, they will punish you. They've got very quick wings, very good finishers out wide. So it's just for me when a team is not doing well, you got to keep the game plan very simple. You got to keep it quite tight. Get into the half, win some penalties, kick some points over, put the pressure on the other team. Let them try and make some mistakes. Let them try and be the expansive side. I just think that is what would serve the Griquas the best. Just keeping us tight and going back to basics, because they are up against this Shark side, which sees quite a few changes. A couple of them rotational, a couple of them related to the COVID-19 positive case. So you look at the front row. Kieran van Vuuren comes in for Dan Jooste. That is just rotational, as is Ruben van Heerden in for JJ van der Mesht, as is James Venter in for Dylan Richardson. Dylan Richardson's been very good. Get some time on the bench. I thought JJ van der Mesht has also been quite good. Stood up, was lucky maybe last weekend to escape a yellow. Some of the commentators even said a red. So he will be on the bench tomorrow rather. The loose trio has been good for the Sharks, but it continues to be it's been quite a loose. I mean, it's been quite a light loose trio, and I think that James Venter will bring quite a lot of physicality, and that is very good defensively. He doesn't miss tackles. He relishes the whole sort of physical aspect of it. And look, Pepsi Buthelezi was saying in an interview earlier that they're very wary of the fact that they're not a Bulls who have a Dwayne Vermeulen, Marco van Staden, and Arno Boertel, Ulrich Loh, very very physical loose forwards. So they are a very different side, but that's why they try and play quite a high tempo, which could play in their favour against the Griquas, who've been struggling with that, especially that it is under lights tomorrow night, so it won't quite be the sort of searing 4 o'clock heat in Kimberley that we saw last weekend with Drinks Brace and the rest. And then in the Humber, Curran Bosch, the usual combination. Curran Bosch has been particularly impressive coming off the back of 2 man-of-the-match performances. Jeremy Ward will captain the side. Madosh Tambwe and Jaap Henkler are the wings. And then Anthony Folmick will make his debut for the Sharks. Mani Liebach is on the bench, as is Spoon Corsi. So that is some very, very good attacking talent coming off the bench. Cameron Wright also on the bench for tomorrow's clash. So it's still a very good Shark side. Look, still missing a couple of big players. Sekum Bozenoche is a big absentee. Lekanyo continues to be a big absentee. But there's a lot of firepower, even without the likes of even like a Tom Statoy. Henko Fenter, so it's still a good side. It's still got enough for me. It's got enough there to beat the Griquas. And I think they just need to stick to what they know. You've got a very big boot in Kern Bosch. You've got electric. Anthony Folmick is a converted wing, so the pace he's got. He used to be a devastating finisher for the Lions. His defense sometimes let him down a bit, which is why he kind of never really made it. But he's very, very good at the attack. So there's just lots of pace. And then you've got a very physical centre combination in Marius Lowe and Jeremy Ward. Jeremy Ward, a very big tackler, loves that side of the game. So it should be a very, very good clash. So let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen. As I said, maybe not necessarily a Super Rugby Unlocked defining match, but definitely a match where the Griquas can try and do something, and the Sharks just need to keep trying to put pressure on. They've had a couple of games where they've won ugly. Last weekend, I think they won ugly in inverted commas, which is a good thing. They need to be able to win ugly, and that's how you can win tournaments. But for the Sharks, the important thing is to pitch up, get a result, and go back once again. Previews coming up for the other two games as well, so keep it locked on Forever Rugby. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner there, smash like as well, jump in the comments, let me know what you think of the lineups. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Stephen, and I'll chat to you very, very soon.